Well, back down here on the field at Safeco Field, we get a chance to hang out with a gentleman who is probably familiar to about 350 million Americans. David Cook, not last year, but the year before, is American Idol, and a guy who I know I followed his career. And David, first of all, welcome to Safeco Field. Welcome to Seattle.
Thank you very much. It's kind of a trip to be here. I'm a big Royals guy, but we're playing across the street tonight at the Showbox, and they were kind enough to let me sneak in here and throw out the first pitch tonight.
So is this one of the cool things you get to do as a guy who's not just a musician, but a guy who wins a contest like this and now has a career like you do? I mean, I bet you get to, come do a lot of things, but is coming to a baseball game kind of and getting to throw out the first pitch maybe one of the coolest?
Absolutely. I think, for me, I'm a big baseball fan, and so this is like kid in a candy store kind of stuff that I always when I was a kid, I was like, it'd be so cool to do something like that, and to be able to get to do it as often as I have in the last year and a half, this is just kind of memory bank stuff for me, and I'm, thanks to the Seattle Mariners for letting me come out and do this today.
What's this whole thing been like for you the past 2 years? I mean, man, have you had a chance to even stop for a second and kind of look and see what's going on, or has it just been a whirlwind?
It happens in really small pockets, and unfortunately, those small pockets, I don't really get enough time to stop and process all this, but it comes in waves, and I have to say I'm having a blast getting to do what I get to do every night, which is I get to walk on stage and play music, and people actually acknowledge it for a change, which is great.
And now you have a record that...
Put a record out in November of 2008,
right.
And we've been extremely fortunate, been out on the road, and the record went platinum back in February or March.
Cool.
And so we're just plugging right along, man. It's been a great ride. And so we're on the road till the end of the year, and then we're going to start working on another record.
Baseball players and musicians, to me, always strike me as people who have a lot in common. I mean, the guitar, the bat, the getting up in front of people, performing for crowds. Do you ever feel that, like, kind of, I was talking to Mike Sweeney before, do you ever feel like a kinship with baseball players?
Well, I think in a sense, just I grew up around the sport, playing it, and there are definitely similarities. You get, being in a band, I love kind of that team camaraderie, and we all kind of rely on each other, and it was really the same thing with baseball. And I was a pitcher, which, for that moment, you're always kind of front and center, and being the front man in a band, you're kind of front and center. So there are a lot of eerie similarities, but I don't think I could do what these guys do. So.
Well, I don't know if there's a lot of them that could do what you do, though.
Maybe, yeah.
When you grew up a Royals fan, who was your favorite player?
I was always really into Frank White, and he never played whenever I was old enough to really appreciate it. But and then actually, oddly enough, growing up I actually worked for the Royals for about 5 years.
You and Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah. So I got to watch Sweeney play all the time, which was cool.
Oh, cool. That's neat. So you get a chance to come back, talk to him. Now, I'm going to ask you one kind of silly thing. I did this with Flo Rida a couple of weeks ago. Okay. So I'm going to ask you if we can sing a duet together. Would you seem a little like just maybe a take me out? You have to take me out to the ball game, right?
Yeah. We'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Just for fun.
So
okay?
Are we trading lines here? Or are you going harmony?
Yeah. Why don't we trade lines?
You got take me out to the ball game.
Take me out with the crowd.
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack.
I don't care if I ever get back.
For it's root for the home team.
If they don't win, David, it's a shame.
'Cause it's 1,
2,
3 strikes, you're out
at the old ball game. David Cook, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. All right. Fellas, back up to you. David, thank you.